Yeah.
This is good.
We're going to include it.
I knew this was going to happen.
I think we're good to go.
Can we start?
We can.
We just like clap.
Syncs
for
the cameras.
The cameras.
Makes editing a bit easier.
Yeah.
So you clap and then we'll clap and then.
Yeah.
Just like a one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Hi guys, welcome to Unsigned Berlin on another episode. We are joined with Charlotte today, and before we get started, here's like a little snippet of one of her live performances. So yes. There it is.
That was a live performance snippet from the De La Calle collective.
Beautiful.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you started that collective, what the goal is, what you guys are trying to do?
So I started the collective because I just wanted to have first I wanted to have a band, but I didn't want it to be my own band because I really wanted everyone to bring something of theirs, like of their influence into the whole mix. So I think first I just wanted to meet up with people that like try out, with people that I maybe felt comfortable or that I really appreciated how they play.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got in De La Calle, like we got Javier, which is the keyboard player. He's from Spain. We got Elias on the drums, which is from Germany.
Oh, cool.
Victor Nissim on the bass, which is also in in Revo and Kuma Collective, and now in De La Calle, and he's also my best friend.
Aww.
No, but I'm super
out.
happy to have him. He's my right hand here managing De La Calle, and we also got Jara, which is hopefully, I'm not sure yet if he's permanent member or not, but he's playing the guitar for us. And he's from Australia. So
Cool. Wow.
after having all these mixes, because I think I've always been in very international contexts, I felt it very important that this collective promotes like multicultural, like I call it like amalgamation, which is just unity between cultures. So, because I think that we can bring the best out of each other's influence. For example, Javier, he's the keyboard player. He's a classical, like he's classically trained. That's what he usually plays. But he also was a DJ. So he is also really much into electronic. Like Victor is in a metal band. I'd say progressive rock, but it's moving. But and they bring all this like influences, and I just want to see what can come out of it, and I bring the soul of it all, I guess. Bringing influences from Erykah Badu, and also there's some Lauryn Hill, like also what's her name? Also now Little Sims that I've been listening to very much. Like I'm getting into rap slowly because I feel like, I don't know, there's a weight to it. Like to I want my words to wait and to be listened to. And sometimes I feel like melismas and everything are great. I love to sing and be super extreme. But
Yeah, it feels like rap sometimes has more of a emphasis on the message, where R&B and soul is more like on emotional expression. If that makes sense. Yeah. What was the process like of trying to find people to do that? Because I guess you started by yourself, and then my first thought would be like, let's find a drummer, probably.
My Victor was telling me how he was so tired that we both do a lot of music, but we never get to the music together. And I was also really wanting to play with him because we have a great connection. So at the beginning we started writing and it didn't work. And I was so frustrated because it just didn't glue. I was over thinking everything, and he was like, nah, chill. It's gonna be fine. And then the more we met up, And the more we tried it out, even though it was not comfortable or whatever, and the more we started finding a flow of work.
Right.
And now it happens like I just arrived to his place and I'm like, I'm already inspired. Let's go. Set up.
That's such a great point, because I think a lot of artists talk about, and I went over to their studio or their house and it was just this instant connection and we made this amazing song in the first day. And I think very few people talk about maybe like more of the strenuous, like harder process of really getting to be a collaborator with someone that maybe you wouldn't have fit with right at the beginning. So, and it makes it even stronger, right, as the connection, and like maybe the telepathy even more, like even stronger. When you like have an idea and then the person is like, they're already there with you, and you've worked at it, which is like even more. It's even more personal.
Yeah, it was not like that since the beginning at all. Like, and I was super sad because we get along so good, like in the personal. So I was like, why? I couldn't understand. But so eventually we were on several. Like I tried forming several bands prior. Like there was Discoverability, and there was with different members. Basically, it changed at the end. Is like. In every band but one, I think that I've tried to create, he's been the bassist. And so, I think it's very important to make connections like this, since, especially if you're studying, maybe this is going to be the people that are going to be like by your side for the next years. So, get the time to meet. For sure. Get time to meet the people that maybe will be playing with you.
What do you think changed from that first songwriting session that just like didn't work at all to now where it clicks?
I don't know. It's like maybe I just loosened. I was able to loosen up and to realize that we just wanted to hang. It's not like, if you don't sing, I don't want you here. It's not that kind of relationship, I guess. I felt like I could be myself there. So everything can come out, and it's like being okay with like also the awkwardness sometimes.
Definitely.
And I'm like, now it's not even like, I'm always like, every time it gets awkward, I'm literally the one being like, yo, it's fine. So that's what changed, I guess.
We're so much more forgiving of other people than ourselves too. If someone's like getting awkward, we're like, no, it's okay.
No, it's okay.
But if we're the one who's getting awkward, then we're like, oh my gosh,
what's this person gonna think? What they're gonna say?
And they're probably just off in their own world anyway. So it's like, it's no stress.
That's why he said. That's why it's funny that you say that, because we were talking about this, and I wrote to Victor and I was like, oh my God, we have to make a song called C'est dans ma tête, which means like it's in my head. Like it's not real, it's in my head. So I thought it would be, I decided, like we wanted to write as a collective, and we are, like we just had a rehearsal, I think it was before yesterday, I'm not sure. I smoked too much. No, but we had a rehearsal, and it was the first time that we meet and we have a creative meeting where we write everyone together. So everyone was doing something. They were doing the thing, I was writing lyrics, and constantly giving each other this positive feedback, and really not nagging each other, but always keeping it in some way like playful. Like it's we're not there and we're like, okay, we're here just for this right now, and that's it. So I think also spending time with the people that you choose to work with, like apart from just working with them, really brings a nice touch to the dynamic that is in the rehearsal space. Like every time I go there, I'm super looking forward to go there, and I'm able to leave all like outside of the door, basically. Or to express it there through music. It's just the best therapy for me.
Totally.
What does that look like for you when they're, I guess, all jamming and then you're trying to write lyrics and stuff? Is it like, I don't know, because I'm not a songwriter at all. How is that process where they're going through ideas and probably not staying in the same place for a long time, and then you kind of have to for songwriting?
I record.
Right.
Straight, like I record no matter if it's like fresh, just I try to record as much as possible. And then I just go with what's happening in the moment. And if I really need to go over something again and again, I just leave the room.
Right.
I write what I wanted to write. Then I tell them, can we try this from the top? And then I try the idea. And if it works good, usually I just take the things depending how it feels to me, or like I also take a lot on like their body languages. Like I think that if subconsciously they're moved in some way, I'll know. I don't have to ask them because I want the truth. You know what I mean? Like their body will tell me for them, and that's what I go for.
And you can see when they relax and kind of go along for the ride, and they're like just part of it.
Yeah. Also, like you can see, like there's little smiles or little
like,
looks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like this. Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Do you usually have something that you're trying to say when you go into the studio and you're like, this is what I want to talk about today? Or is it more freestyle and just see what comes out?
Like now, because we're all so busy, I guess. I mean, I never thought we would all be so busy like this, but we've had to do that. We've had to be like, okay, this meeting is reserved for this specific like thing we're gonna do. Like whether it's a creative session, like we're gonna write, or whether it's something more like we're gonna jam, or we're gonna practice on the things that we already worked on, just to be tight, basically. But yeah, it's very important to come into the rehearsal room with an intention. And also sometimes to go in the rehearsal room with no intention, like just to be like, let's see what happened. Usually when we don't have a gig, we do that.
That's okay, because I think if you went like only one or the other way, it would be like, it's just so tiring to always do the same thing. But then right, sometimes
you just want to get in there just to like re-warm yourself up, like to like, oh yeah, you're here. You know, like we are together again in this I don't know, it's like I see you kind of thing. So
it was you and Victor originally trying to find something, and then I guess after it, something started to come together, and you're like, oh, this is kind of good.
I told him I wanted to. I also told him I wanted to have something that
collective.
Yeah, a collective that keeps going on, and to keep it alive, I always wanted to make sure that no matter the collective is like a collective that flows, like people can come in, get out whenever they want, and no matter if we can meet with the whole band or not, we keep something going on. Like if it's just two of us that can meet, okay, but in my opinion, it's very important that Victor is in the rehearsal room, like in any of the meetings, because he's my rock. So also he helps me to communicate with them when I don't find the words to express what because
you're just so in the creative zone that you can't really like express yourself in other ways than songwriting.
He just knows me enough to know what I mean when I'm just lacking the technical words to explain,
which is a creative problem. I find, right?
Because I was at BIM as well, but I still like school was not for me.
It's a different kind of measuring success. Like it,
It's also for music, it's really not really possible to. The education system and the music environment is really, really hard to mesh together, I think.
Yeah.
So trying to find something that works for everyone is almost impossible.
Yeah.
I also started to get a bit more into trying to find how to promote like the band, the collective, and myself in a way that feels like natural to me. Like not something like, oh, I'm gonna invest a bunch of money into like so that people see my thing, and I'm more like this kind of person who goes to places and promotes like by being like, oh yeah, your music, whatever, like. And then I'm like, okay, maybe this is time to place like maybe they're interested.
Yeah.
But I only promote to people that I feel could be interested. And then if people are genuinely interested, they usually, like, if you just ask them something like, oh, I'm doing a concert, maybe you'd like to come and bring your friends. And yeah, I always like to keep it very like one-on-one kind of promotion. I know it's not very smart, but I think that, yeah, I don't care about the smart. I just care that people, I don't know, that not that they remember, but that they have also like this closeness feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like more
an
personal,
authentic
too.
Yeah.
connection. And then how did you find Elias and Javier?
Elias and Javier. What do you mean?
Like, were they friends?
Oh, no. I explained. So I was in a project. Now you like, wait, what? How do you mean? No, Javier, I was in a project with Gunner Lines where I was doing backing vocals for him.
The king.
Yeah. And I loved, we did reggae for a bit, and we recorded his album. And yeah, that's how I met Javier. And he's the roommate from also the guitars. You know, like people that know people that know people. Yeah. And because he was Spanish, we both were connected in that sense because we both speak Spanish. And yeah, he's just the sweetest boy. Like, I can't, to be honest, the first reason why I wanted Javier in the collective was because I felt like he was such a kind person. And yeah, and humorous as well. So, yeah.
Do you see the collective growing into visual arts as well and being like, this is...
For sure.
Exciting. What about that is the first thing you'd be really excited about? Like video or graphic design or photography? Or
number one, like, we've been trying to have a photo shoot, but I still, like, I feel like my undecisiveness to do the photo shoot is kind of telling me, like, that we have to wait to find some kind of more defined identity. Yeah. So that then when we think of like how we're gonna present ourselves, it feels true. I have very many ideas about like what we can do, but yeah, I want them to be themselves. That's like number one. And if they can have something that exaggerates a trait of themselves, would be awesome. Like, for example, Elias has this like on his keys. He always has his keys here to his jeans, and he has a little drumstick attached to it. And I'm like, you have to wear that for the photo shoot. You know, like it's just so him. Also, Victor, I hope he's gonna hate me for saying this, but because he smokes so many cigarettes.
That's how I know him.
Like, you see, he needs to have this freaking cigarette, like, on the photo shoot. I mean, of course, if he's okay with that, but I feel like it really...
It's like each of their superpower at the photo shoot. You know, they have to bring their little item, like...
Yeah, also like a pose... Something a pose that they repeatedly do. Or a gesture, like, would be awesome to capture, because it's also going to be memories. So I want to remember it also like not a family picture, but almost.
Kind of, musical family picture. What would you bring to that, like, photo day? What thing, is there like a specific little thing or like a jacket or a piece that you always need to bring with you? Or that even helps with your creative process? For me, no. I think with clothes, I really need to think about it. No Lucky Charm. Afro. My afro. Like, I need to have it. It gives me... I mean, today I just changed. But yeah, I feel like that's the thing that would be the most... just
identifying.
I to not be ashamed of my curly hair, it would be the best. I don't know, I'm more imagining like poses or stuff, like kind of interactions with them that would more represent like our dynamic as like a collective. perspective.
Oh, cool.
Like, for example, probably I would be like leaning on Victor, and then like, but still like being like,
Attached
I want to hug Javier because we're super like huggy.
Aww.
And like I would probably be like rolling, or I don't know, like different stuff, like rolling my joint while they're all looking at me like, like stuff like this. I don't know. Or me like being super dramatic, like on the floor of the rehearsal space, and they're just like
all looking down at you,
like just chilling, or I don't know, something that is just like she's overreacting, and they just literally don't give a fuck. Like they're in their own thing. Like, yeah,
that's really fun.
Yeah.
When you guys are writing together and doing like a jam session like you did the other day, is it just sit down and play and just see what meshes, or is there kind of an idea of a genre that you're going for, or an artist that you're inspired by for that session?
It's a mix, I feel. Sometimes, like the other day, I said, I want to do something like Mos Def, Black on Both Sides album mixed with Race Against the Machine. Like this song, like, how is it called? Killing in the Name of? It's a song from Race Against the Machine I really love. And yeah, I don't know, I wanted to mix that vibe, but usually we just go with the flow, or I ask them to be like, okay, guys, if you have something that you think is worth it and you can't wait to like show it, and you like just take control, I'm like, don't be afraid to just take the control, because I'm like, the one who takes the mic is the one who has the idea the most clear in their head, that they're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Like, but yeah, to keep the momentum, or the some kind of continuum, it's always nice to have like someone who always has not the lead, but who always is pushing forward to be like, yo, we're meeting, like that's why it's nice to have right hand, and it's also nice to delegate, so that there's different people taking control over different things.
True, like you drive. Now
exactly. Now you drive. Exactly, basically.
Yeah.
And it makes it all, like, it also is very motivating, because you feel like, oh, I'm not the only person who gives a fuck about this. You know, like really? They're like, oh, I always feel like if I fall, they're catching me, because I'm, as I said, like, I'm very mentally like unstable, and I have to say it, because it really is getting in the way of keeping something going and alive. So for those out there, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's possible to, like, even if you feel like you're insane or whatever, like, if you surround yourself with the right people, you're gonna see that it's gonna be way easier to make a project like flourish. Especially, like, I'm like, I don't have time or the brains to book the train to go to Potsdam for our next gig. Okay, someone else is like, it's fine, I got you, I can do that. And then we keep contact like this. Is
that's really cool.
Nice.
What are you looking forward to recording, if that's a big goal, or is it very much like, let's do a lot of live performances and create a very geographically centered culture around you?
Right now, we only have one song that we've written as a collective, which is called Always the Same, and it's a funky tune. I'm super, I love it.
Cool.
It's, I can see it's like, it's igniting something in people. So I'm glad.
It's got energy.
The thing about the live performances before recording is that you get to have, like, as I said, I look at the body language of the guys in the rehearsal space. The same thing I do when we are live. So I can see, like, people like this one a bit, seem to like this one a bit more, this one maybe a bit less. And then we also have, the recordings from everything to look back and be like, maybe this we changed. And then I think that by now everyone is like, let's record. Like, we don't have much, like, in terms of structure, like, everything is, like, undone, unfinished, but we really feel like we need to solidify the ones that we already have. So I guess Always the Same would be the first tune that we would record.
Oh, cool.
Not professional, in a studio.
Yeah. And then because you have so many different genre influences from the different people, is that when you're writing stuff, do you think about that and trying to make a cohesive image for recording, for if it's an EP or an album, or just as a profile online? Or do you just want to do whatever you feel is right?
No, it just happens. I guess I just like literally, instead of being like, oh yeah, but this is not stylistically fitting, we're like, we don't give a fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Basic is like, we don't care. Like does it sound like it's like, don't think about what it should be, like what it should be. Yeah. Like think, does it feel right? Even though it's like weird, do you like it? Yeah. Like does it resonate with you?
Yeah.
And if it's really like, there's always gonna be like the fact that we're more than two helps for the, not for the democracy, but there's really stuff that you're like, okay, this, guys, I don't know if you like it or not, but it needs to stay. You know, and you just, someone needs to voice if they really think something should be in.
Yeah.
But if not, like if it's a decision to be like, oh yeah, this, I don't mind if it's in or out. So then the person who really minds that it's in or out decides. Like basically, yeah.
Okay.
That's how it's going.
Cool. And you're also in A Song for You, which is a BIPOC choir. How does that play in like your musical expression? Does it help you have a space to practice? Because I feel like in choir, you're practicing more technical things, so it keeps your voice in shape, like workout kind of. But what are the other ways that that is influencing you musically with the collective, or just, you know, how is that a part of your life now?
Well, the choir changed my life.
Well,
to be honest,
yeah,
it made. Yes, it's a place to keep my voice like. Warm. I mean, we do a lot of warm-ups, also like including body warm-ups.
Yeah,
and
like neck and shoulders.
Yes,
and,
we have that. We have also a dance collective, which is kind of attached to it. We don't know if that's gonna keep going on, but there's a lot of movement expression as well, and debates. But yeah, the thing about the choir is like just to have a place of community and of therapy that I cannot afford is there for free. Like I've never experienced something like that. Every single individual in the choir is amazing. Like I don't know how to explain, but like also very kind, and everyone is listening for you. We have this tape. How do you call that? This tape.
Is it like for your name or?
No. You have a tape, so if you don't want to interact with the people, you don't have to. I mean, they don't come to you, they don't talk to you if you don't want them to. So you can still attend the session, but not be part of it like actively.
That's such a
which I love it, because sometimes you're just like, please no, I'm feeling like shit. I don't want to explain every 5 seconds why I'm looking so bad. You know, like why I look so depressed or anything like that.
That's really cool. That's really nice.
Then, when you're feeling like that, then you still feel like it's an option to go, and it's not going to be stressful. Yeah.
So we were just performing at X Jazz.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, at Emauskirche. I don't know if you know. It's like this church at Görlitz. At Görlitzer Park, and it's in reparation. I don't know if you,
I went like a long time ago, like a couple of years ago.
It was insane. We were in like in lineup with I don't know if you know Ziggy Zeitgeist, and oh my god, it was surreal. We were in front of 1,000 people. Like I've never seen something like that. But the fact that we're so many, and that literally we are in the show, someone makes a mistake, like. The person next to you looks at you, smiles, put their hand behind your back, and they're like, "We're here together." It's kind of like we're here together.
So
don't worry.
Cool.
Like, and it's always like this. It's always like, "I got you." And I never realized how important it was to surround yourself people like this.
Especially performing, you need that. Like, it feels really great when you fuck up and then you look over to another band member, especially like a usually drummer or bassist. It's like, we'll cover it for a little second while you recover, and then we're going back.
Like, we just adjust. Like, I think we respect each other enough and care for each other enough so that we take the active decision to just adjust to each other if something goes out of plan. And that's like this flexibility and understanding I never felt before like this. So yeah, the choir is insane. We were singing also at Volksbühne, which also was our first real like open performance, and we sold out in one fucking week. It was insane. I was like, there was friends texting me, be like, why didn't you tell us? And I was like, I was preparing. I didn't even know. Like, by the time I wanted to tell my friends, it was already sold out. Like, I couldn't believe it.
I would love to know your next performance in the choir as well.
It's Melt. I don't know if you know Melt Festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's on...
You see posters everywhere for it.
I think it's...
That's amazing.
Is it on the... I don't know when it is. I would...
It's okay.
But
it just sounds amazing.
We will put it in the if it's in the future when this comes out.
Yeah, it's soon though.
Right.
Amazing.
It's 9th of something, but I don't know if it's June. Yeah, it's 9th, probably 9th of June.
Okay, so that's next week.
Very soon.
When this comes out.
No. We're next week is gonna be the 29th. No, don't.
No.
When the episode comes out.
When this goes on YouTube and...
Nice.
Time is very different.
How big is the choir?
We were 70, but then we had readjustments of who is part of the choir depending on our ethos. So I guess now we are 50.
It's still
big. It's still
big choir. Yeah.
Imagine, how do you get all these people? How does all these people get paid?
Well, how do you write for it? Like, before
we write together.
But then you write together, and then it's, I don't know, having parts for everyone seems like it would be a really difficult thing to organize.
No, because we're divided in two sections, like altos, sopranos, tenors.
What part are you?
I'm alto.
Me too. Yeah. Let's go. We're the most unproblematic. No.
Did you say you're the most unproblematic? Yes. In our choir, we are so, like, it's not that we're problematic, but I feel like
the altos are like always
they're never prepared. It feels like altos are never prepared.
I never said that you were always prepared. I never said that.
I never said that. No, but unproblematic, like, that's problematic.
No, that is true. That's true. No, I would say like the most mischievous are always the sopranos. Like, they're always the ones in my choir. At least they were always the ones talking the most, or like, because they are always having the high parts. They like always just very, I don't know. Altos are very chill.
They're very chatty as well.
They're very chatty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, for our sopranos, you have to see it. It's a comedy. Like, it's not the sopranos. It's the soprano comedy.
Yeah.
Like, they have their own, like, we're gonna meet on this day, and we're gonna do tea, and we're gonna do this. And I'm like, oh wow. Altos were like,
so what? Wait, when are we meeting again?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
That sounds oddly similar. I feel like there are some consistencies, but I love that about big bodies of people singing. Like, it's just it's so cool, and like working as one whole unit when you're in that.
It's crazy to, like, it's exhausting.
Yeah,
I can't hide it. Like, to be surrounded by so many people for so long. It's exhausting. Like, we've had, like, our rehearsal has been 8 hours, like non-stop. I mean, we have breaks and everything, but still, that's why the tape is very needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't know. Check out. It's called A Song for You. Actually, I'm wearing the T-shirt, so I'm gonna show it.
Yeah, show. Come on. Should do like a magical reveal.
Dun, 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 dun. We got merch.
So cute. Oh, beautiful.
So this is the front and it's the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like the design.
I like it as well. It's
dang.
I thought it was gonna. I'm glad it's not cheesy as fuck.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah. How long have you been involved with it?
Last year.
Last year.
Last year,
A while.
since before December. That's what I know, because we had
okay.
our first gig in December. That was like a few months before the gig. Yeah, it was hard to get into the choir.
Was it like an intensive process of trying out?
No. It was. So I just wrote to the Instagram. I mean, I say it was hard. I mean, it was not that hard for me, but still, I know that it was lucky, the timing. That's how I got lucky.
Right.
But Noah, basically, I wrote to Noah. Noah Slee is, like, as I said, is the choir director with Danesh. And yeah, I just wrote to the Instagram, and then I was like, yo, can I get into this choir, because I always wanted to be part of a choir. Like, it reminds me when I was a kid, and I just felt like that was my place, and there was no other way than being there. I don't know if you have, maybe you see a place, like a venue or something, and you're like, I'm going to be playing there someday.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how and they said, oh, we're sorry, we don't have, we're not looking for people, like there's too many people at the moment. So then I was like...
That's always fuel.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool.
Right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Yes, I was like, I knew Chile Design, like a girl that at the end ended up being, like we ended up being very close, but I met her at Prachtwerk because we had a performance there, and then I knew her. I went to her concert, then I met Kels, aka Kels.
Oh, yeah. Also performed at X-Jazz. Was that with you guys, or a separate performance as well?
It was a separate performance.
Yeah, okay,
She did her. They did their own performance.
Right.
But what else? And I also knew Johnny Kulo because we studied like more or less at the same on the same years. Yeah, at BIM. And I always was like, this guy is doing his own thing. I'm so excited. He really like pursues his goal in music, and it's not just like, yeah, it's important. Like you can really see that it's like, no, music is my life. I'm going for it. Like I'm not just lacking. So yeah, I had 3 people I could ask to have an in. So for some reason I asked Kels, which was the person I was like the less knowing the less personally at the moment. Right. But it worked.
Wow.
So thanks to Kels, I was able to make it in the choir, and I can never thank them enough.
Cool.
That's so cool.
Thinking of venues that you look at as like an inspiring point, are there any for the collective that you have talked about and like, oh, we really want to get to this?
Yes, there's a Badahaus. There's Cassiopeia. I mean, people tell me like it's shit there, but I don't care. I like it. I had a good experience there because I had an end of term gig there, and it was singing Sober by Mahalia. Yeah, and it went amazing. Like I had such a great time, and I want to have it again. There's Berta, I think it's called.
Neue Berta?
Neue Berta.
Is that in Prenzlauer Berg? And it's kind of like underground?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like this place.
Askes Deutsch and Remote Manage and stuff played there recently. I did the live sound.
I was so bummed I couldn't go there.
That's a cool venue.
Speaking of, we need to have them on.
I feel bad for not knowing, but I don't think so.
What's
okay. There's no girls in Askers Deutsch.
No.
Okay, so it's not that. Sorry.
There was actually a female bassist, I think.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she moved back to France, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She wasn't.
We were
performing
supposed to collaborate.
No.
Yeah, but it happens. Like
maybe life happens that way, and
maybe one day go to France.
If the universe is, I mean, I'm half French, so I will go to France, but will I go to meet Kiki? That's something that we'll see the next episode. No, I'm kidding.
Next episode.
Well, this is a bit futuristic, but definitely Mercedes-Benz. Not like yet, and I don't even know if they like take stuff that we do. I don't know what kind of acts they take, but you need some kind of like recognition to be on that stage, I guess.
Yeah. It's like,
there's other stages, probably like mostly like festivals. Like I really want us to be on festivals, and music video, I don't know yet. For now, just the fact that we could record our live gigs would be amazing. So we can immortalize a bit more, but because studio, like I don't want to set everything in stone yet. Yeah,
which Neue Berta would be really cool for as well, because it's kind of round and this audience is like around the stage.
Ooh,
would love that.
Very hard to do live sound for. It was an experience.
Goodness.
But a very nice venue, very like cozy, and there's couches and stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I just thought that would be like, I still need to find more places. Like I have a list, but I can't remember more now, but Bada House definitely as well, because we used to have our classes there as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
but back when like the early days.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was insane. We got to meet like the...
Did you go in the back of it? Such a cool...
Like, you mean like on the back of Bada House? Yes.
Yeah. Very fun.
I'm there all the... Like Bada House is another place where if you... maybe I can talk to BIM viewers as well. Like,
there are
people. If you want a place to start getting out there, like Swag Jam, go there. I'm not kidding. Every Tuesday, and they're gonna play at 10, and then around 11 there's a jam. If you're scared, if you have stage fright, that's your opportunity to go there and to fight against it. Like,
and it's like
really.
hip hop R&B or just open.
It's hip hop. Like there's, I'd say like old school in terms of like the DJ selections that they have, and there's a lot. It's very Afro.
Cool.
And
wow.
Yeah, it's another home for me. Like another place where I'm like, fuck, I feel bad or whatever, or I don't have money, for example. I don't have money, and it's a venue that I know I get there and I say, yo, I don't have money, and I can still get in. So that really is like, you're not going to be like not able to enjoy yourself and be part of a live act because you have money problems, like. So that's really nice.
Is really great. I've only had good experiences there performing or watching, and the staff are really nice. I don't know if it's a regular sound guy, but the sound guy I had when I was performing with Woody was a Chilean dude that was super, super nice and like good, which is a rare combination.
Which is not like very few times the case in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, a good sound in a place, like,
and nice together.
And nice,
It's a golden package. There you go. Oh, amazing.
I'm thinking like at some point it would be ideal to just have our own like sound guy. Just because it's a collective, so we're trying. I'm always trying to expand in terms of like art, visual artists and graphic designers. But mix of both, photographers,
multimedia artists,
exactly.
Too.
Everything,
amazing.
The whole team, basically. That's what I'm trying to build.
Yeah.
Like, no matter, the drummer can't do it. Doesn't matter. There's another drummer, and that is always like this. And ideally, we would have I always wanted to. This is a dream, but I don't care. I'm still gonna put it out there.
Do it.
I would love to own a house that is just like. Not a residency, but kind of so that everyone can get like basically.
Kind of like Brockhampton-esque. They have the documentaries about the albums that are like.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that seems really cool.
And hopefully, like also, like I'm not saying like, yo, let's all people from BIM come here. It's not like that, but I mean, still, it's nice if they're seeing us, that after BIM they're not like, okay, what do I do now? You know what I mean? Like. Just get out there. Like, the school is great. Okay, school is great. But the real life event, like the real life stuff, need to go there. Because school is not like that.
Yeah. No,
school is not real life at all.
No. Also, just musicians that are working 9 to 5 and have their band and want to do more.
Yes.
Just go out. Yeah. Well, we're coming up on, we just did 50 minutes or so. Probably a good place to end it, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
So coming up, there's the Melt Festival, and then anything else you want to promote?
I'm doing backing vocals for Stella and the Longos. We are on tour at the moment. We're going to be playing in Monaco on the 26th and 27th of May.
Cool.
So very cool. So it passed already, I guess. Yeah. And what else? No, I think that's. Oh yeah, I wanted to promote my single. It's called Comfort Zone. So if you haven't checked it out yet, this is your cue.
So all in the description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Awesome.
so
Thank
much.
you.
No problem. It
Yeah.
was great. Thank you for having me.